You think you've got your degree and you can sit back and say, well, that's it.
Yeah.
No.
A lot of international students, they come from interstate. They're from Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, and when they came here, they have done already got the accounting degree with them.
Yes.
But they have a very hard time finding jobs.
Yes.
So, what do you think are some of the main reasons for that? Like, why is it so hard to find accounting jobs here in Tasmania?
It seems to be par of the course, unfortunately, that the Tasmanian environment for graduate roles is highly competitive. We were talking earlier, I guess, about that concept of I've got my degree, that's my ticket to my graduate role, fantastic. Well, unfortunately, the degree only gets you across the line. It just gets you to first base, really, because an employer will expect that that's taken as said.
Yes.
Anybody applying for an accounting graduate role has a degree.
It's a given.
It's a given.
Yeah.
It is what you build around your degree then that makes the difference. And one of the contributing factors as to why graduates, regardless of whether they're domestic or international students coming into the state, is that they don't appreciate that an employer is looking for the whole person, not just somebody who performs well academically. So you can have the best results in your class. However, if you don't have that holistic skill set and capability base, then the employer will potentially look at two candidates, both with the same results, effectively. One, however, who has well-developed communication skills, is personable, is authentic, presents well, where the employer can look at that person and say, I can see you in my business, in my team. So it's really thinking about what are you presenting as a package, if you like, to a future employer. And it's not just being smart.
It's not all about the GPA, how much GPA you have.
No, not at all. Having said that, if you're going for, say, a graduate role in public practice, you would hope that your tax subjects are pretty strong. If you're applying for a role in audit, you want your audit subjects to be fairly strong. I'm not negating the importance of strong academic results, but it really is about developing that whole person and that whole package and what you can offer a future employer.
Because what you said makes so much sense because a lot of my students, they are coming from Asia background. And in our culture, it's a lot about being introvert. It's a lot about to keep it to ourselves, so and it's not that easy to switch it as much as they are aware of it. But I always tell them that you have to do some changes because this is reality, and there will be no compromise for that.
That's absolutely right. And whilst I'm not suggesting that you need to go out being overly extrovert with bells and whistles on, you certainly need to be able to present yourself as a value proposition to a future employer. And I have so many employers who will say to me, as long as you have a certain degree of cognitive capacity and that your grades are reasonable, I can then teach you all the technical components of the job. However, if you come to me and I can't see how I can put you in front of a client to engage with a client, or I'm not sure that you have the capacity to be able to work well in a team. These are the sorts of things that we struggle in being able to teach. I think grads those types of skills. We can teach the technical skills.
Yes, that's so right. Because I think when I was in uni, a lot of the assignment that we did was a lot of these individual assignment. There is group work, but very less. So we tend to learn to do things on our own. But obviously, like you said, then in workplace, you got to learn to work as a team.
Absolutely, because the nature of accounting is changing, as we know. A lot of those traditional entry-level graduate roles that tended to be more back of house, if you like,
Yeah.
where you could work individually. You could head down, you could just hammer out the numbers, or you could punch in the data.
Yeah.
Those days are really disappearing. And so it's that, again, holistic skill set that you bring to the business that enables an employer to put you in front of a client, to work cohesively within the team environment, to be able to take a set of numbers and explain the story behind the numbers rather than just being purely fixated on those figures alone.
Yes.